Hello, hello. Welcome to another live with me, Tina, Salon and Spa Consultant with the Ardent Factory. I am going to talk to you today about rising employee turnover rates. Okay. So, like I like to do, I'm going to pull up a few notes and we're going to get started. I'm just going to give us a few more minutes just to see, just to give people a little bit more time to come in, and then we'll get started. Let me know if you can hear me properly. Let me know if everything is okay on your end where you are. Hey, you can put in the chat where you're from just to let me know you're there. We can get started in about a minute or two. Okay, so today I'm doing this live because I hear a lot of people talking about that people don't want to work and my employees don't stay, and when they leave they take all of my clients, and now I have to do this. I want to talk to you about, first of all, let's talk about how 30% of new hires quit within the first 90 days. Okay, within the first 90 days, right? That's crazy. It's crazy. Okay, I'm gonna let you know right now with the top 5 reasons why they're quitting. Okay, and then I also want to let you know what you can do about that, especially in your establishment. So if you currently have a team, if you're building a team, or if you're losing your team, this one is for you right here. So I want to give you just about 1 or 2 minutes to, because we are live, to go get your pen, go get your paper, so that you can start taking notes. Because I'm going to give you the top 5 reasons why employees quit within their first 90 days. And then I'm going to let you know what you can do about it. It's going to be 10 questions that you can ask yourself before you start hiring. And this is also great if you already have a team and you're losing your team and you're like, why is everybody going? What is going on? Maybe it's the place down the street has a better place. Maybe this place down the street has more clients. It's probably not any of the things that you may think it is. So I want to give you the chance to go get your pen and pad and write these things down, so I can give you 10 questions where you can evaluate yourself to see where you stand. Okay. All right. So one of the top reasons why, let's go with number one. These are in no particular order, okay? But these are the top 5 reasons, okay? Poor onboarding. Poor onboarding. Onboarding is the way that someone starts the process from beginning to end. All right. This includes how you contact them, how you speak to them. What was their process like when they were filling out an application? Did they fill out an application, or did you just say, "Oh, I got this spot. I need this place. Let's talk. Let's see how it goes." All right. Onboarding also includes when you say you're hired, what happens then? What was the process before you said that you're hired? All of those things equal onboarding. Onboarding also includes when actually physically someone comes onto your business platform as an employee, how they were treated. What was the process looking? What did the process look like to greet them? What did the process look like to train them? What did that look like? This is what you can do about it. Ask yourself this. Number one, How is my team welcome? When we both say I do, how is my team welcome? What does that process look like for them? And what does it look like for me? I want to give you guys a clue here. Everything here that we're going to talk about is what you should be doing and not your employees should be doing. Okay? So you want to ask yourself, how is my employees welcome? Okay. Number 2, have you set workplace expectations that they can be proud of? Right? So a lot of times when we are in the position where we really need someone, we might be a little lackadaisical, especially if you are an owner that's also providing services and you're not blocking out the time to be able to make real connections, right? And sometimes you want to rely on your personality or maybe your charismatic persona to gain people, but you also have to set an expectation, right? And so you have to know, is this expectation somewhat set to where someone that comes in can be proud of, or are we just like work buddies? Okay, believe it or not, people do appreciate standard and value. They want to also feel like that they are proud to be at your spot. Okay, so set an expectation at the workplace that can make the both of you proud. All right. Number 2, lack of leadership. Lack of leadership. This is actually probably the number one reason why this 30% of new hires quit is so high. And this is why not even new hires, but majority of people quit, even when they've been there for longer than 90 days, even when they've been there for 2 years, when they're sick and tired of your leadership, when they're sick and tired of your manager, when they're sick and tired of what corporate and executives are doing, that person that they trust to lead them, then they quit. Okay. So, as a leader, do you yourself exemplify your company values and your company standards? Do you have company values? Did you Google your company values? If you Googled your company values, scratch that. Okay. Scratch it and start over. Scratch that and start over if you Google your company values or if you Google your company standards. Okay. So, as a leader, do you exemplify company values? This is about culture. The people are all for the culture. That's why they get into so many different segments of the world. Is for the culture of it, right? Hip hop has a culture. Pop has a culture. Rap has a culture. Heavy metal has a culture. IG has a culture, right? IG has a culture, right? LinkedIn has a culture, Facebook has a culture, and we all understand this, right? So, as a leader, do you exemplify that? Right? Your company values, your standard, your behavior, all of those things are going to lead to culture that attracts or even deflect your employees, right? And those leaders are the example of those values, are the example of standards and culture. All right. So you have to walk it like you talk it, or they're going to leave. Right. All right. So, how approachable are you as a leader? How approachable are you as a leader? And this is not to be a pushover, but it's also not to be a tyrant. Okay, we have to find a balance. And so, how approachable you are will directly affect the leadership. Okay. will directly affect the leadership. Sorry, guys. All right, so let's move on. Listen, and if you need help with your leadership, and you know you need help with your leadership, go ahead and reach out. Go ahead and reach out to someone. Actually, I'm having a master class soon. Go to the website, sign up for the wait list so that you can get these things together. Number three of why employees quit, new hires quit within the first 90 days is because of communication. This could be lack of communication. This could be overly communication. This could be unacceptable communication. This could be mixed signals communication. This could be unclear communication. This could be aggressive communication. Okay. All right. So there's so many different communication styles, and I want you to identify and to actually really go into look into yourself to see what's your communication style, right? And is it a good fit for you, for your industry, and for your people, right? Now, remember, not all communication styles are for all industries. Not all communication styles are even for all people. And let me tell you that most of the time, it's okay. You just have to identify what that is so that you can, again, draw in the right people that fit that communication style, that will be more privy to understand and to grasp what it is that you want to give them. Okay. So evaluate what's your communication style, and then you would alter that to the people that you want to attract. Right. You would kind of package it, I should say. Okay. Um, your communication also lets people know what your employees get when they get you. What do they get when they get you? Right? A lot of people that's hiring like to look on the exterior, right? They want to know what the employee brings. They want to know what you can do for me. They want to know how many tasks can you complete? How many hours can you work? How much less can I pay you, right? But nobody thinks about what the other employee, with the person on the other side, the employee is getting when they get you. Basically, why does somebody want to work with you? All right. So, what do your employees get when they get you? All right. Let's go to number four. Number four is poor salaries and compensation. Number four, up to why 30% of new hires are quitting within their first 90 days is poor salary and compensations. A lot of times, people are not even talking about the salary and the compensation before you hire, which is so important. Don't waste anybody's time. Let them know what you pay, let them know what the compensation package is. And listen, you want to know how much you can afford to pay before you go and look for hires. This is if you're expanding. This if you currently have a team, you need a few more people. This is if this is your first person. You need to know if you can afford this. Don't listen. I did something a few weeks ago about payroll, knowing your payroll. Go ahead and look back at that. That was a live, that was last week, and I did take live questions. Go back and look at that. You have to know your salary, and don't cap out at the top, because in about a year or two, if they're still there, they're going to want to be looking to see how their life can improve, because just like your bills are scaling, just like your bills are increasing, and inflation or whatever things are going on in our world, theirs are too. So you want to make sure that you're paying them properly, that the compensation package is right. So go ahead and do the math before you actually hire them so that you can know what that compensation looks like. Also, if you do not have a lot of money to pay, make sure that that compensation package is on point. All right. There's so many different ways that you can add value. Money is king, of course, but there's so many different ways that you can add value, especially if you are a new business owner that is looking to gain employees and maintain some sense of capital. All right. What you also want to do with your salary is that you want to make sure that you can afford to live and to pay on this salary. Okay. So salary compensations, it makes a lot of sense to ask people how much they expect to get paid. Because honestly, some people may take the job, especially if they really, really need the money. Some people may take the job, but knowing that they're going to have to quit because you're not paying what it is that they need. Okay, so go ahead and ask people what are their expectations, and go ahead and keep a tally of this so that you can start to, when you gain the capital that you need, you can start to work around these numbers, or at least create some type of average. Okay. All right. Now, this is the number 5. Y'all not gonna believe this, but this is facts. Y'all not gonna believe this, but this is facts. Number 5 as to why your employees are quitting. Number 5 as to why 30% of new hires are quitting is because of poor training. Poor training. Okay. So, what we want to think about is what resources are available to them. All right. Of course, people come to work because you have to work to live, or hopefully your people aren't living to work. But one of the things, money, of course, but they also want to be empowered. They also want to be educated. They also want to gain knowledge. They also want to glean wisdom. They also want to be able to upgrade their lives, to upgrade the their resumes, maybe, right? They also want to figure out how they can use their specific gifts in your place, right? So poor training comes into play when you don't have an educational plan. When they get started and they go out on the floor and start working, and they feel insecure about what they're doing. They feel insecure about their place in your business, right? So these poor training and lack of resources are why they quit as well. And another thing is, how tangible and available are those resources? If you say that you provide training, but there's no training schedule, mm, if you say that you do accredited courses, but it's hard to get it. No one knows the process exactly. It's kind of like, oh, let's see, you have a slew of things that are on your resources availability list, and no one can actually access them. No one knows what the schedule is. The process isn't seamless, right? So poor training makes your employees feel insecure about their position, right? It gives even the person that has the most confidence in what they're doing a certain level of insecurity. Okay. And maybe even displacement. Okay. And then they too start to feel devalued, right? Because of the lack of training. Okay. The last question, so that those questions were, what are the resources that are available to them for poor training? It's also, how tangible and available are those resources? Okay. And the next one is, what do they need to be or know to be stellar for right now? What do your employees need to be or know to be stellar in the right now? Now, that question requires you to get clarity around your mission, around your vision, and the purpose of your business. Where's your business going? What purpose are you serving? What are those core values? That really, really, what do your employees need to be or know to be stellar in the now? Okay. So I want you to know that having a plan having a plan for your employees does not mean that the person will work with you until their dying days, okay? But it will definitely decrease your turnover rate and increase your relationships, increase your rapport, your revenue, and your respect. So when they are ready to move on, so when they are ready to move on, they'll either look for a role that's within your company. They'll look for a role within your company. They'll look to see how they can be promoted. They'll give you, or even this, at least they'll give you a decent notice, right? They'll give you a decent notice and or help you during the transition so that they can help train somebody, right? Because if you've ever got someone that came in to say, today's my last day, these 5 things that we talked about, these 10 questions that we addressed today was not right. They were out of order. If you ever came in and someone didn't even give you any kind of notice and they just quit, these things were not in order. Okay. It doesn't matter what the employee says to you, it means that these things were out of order. Okay. So at least if you do these things, you'll have a decent notice. All right. You'll have a decent notice. Or, like I said, they'll be able to see your vision and ask you, listen, I've been doing this for a while. I think that I can do more. What is the next step that you're going in? What's the next phase of the vision? Let me walk it out with you. Is there a manager position? Is there a lead therapist position? Do you need help with marketing? Right? So building those relationships, right? And all of these things also, remember, help you to increase your revenue. Okay. So if you're a salon and spa owner and you need help with any of these things here, you need help with team development, you need help with these things, go to the website and make an appointment. Like I said, I do have complimentary appointments, and I also have a masterclass coming up that'll help you with a lot of these things as well. So thank you for stopping by. Thank you for looking. And listen, let me know what you think about today's session. Let me know what are some let me know what are some of your aha moments that you had today. Let me know what you think about today's session. And I would love to hear some of your answers. So I look forward to seeing that in the comments. I don't want to take up too much of your time. I want to keep these at 30 minutes or less. I really do appreciate you guys for showing up today. You have an amazing day. Bye.